most people have at least one show that they love but everyone else seems to hate. I got a couple of those, but I'm going to be talking about one. In the awkward in-betweens of the 90s and early 2000s, there was a small show called Angela Anaconda, and the best way I can describe it is it's about a girl who really, really hates one of her classmates. Most people either find the animation style or the content very off-putting. For me, the animation style was the good kind of creepy. I liked shows like Courage the Cowardly Dog and Billy and Mandy that also had this weird creepy look to it. Probably a bit more budget too. Angela Anaconda, there was something about that old photographic style that I found very engaging and interesting. I was fascinated by that kind of creepy. The content, however, I do get why a lot of people don't like it. Because every episode, she had this violent revenge fantasy about this particular classmate. Sometimes her teacher, sometimes her older brothers, but most of the time it was focused on this particular person. I kind of get that. At least as a kid, I was a very angsty child. I will admit I looked like that as a kid. I was not a very pretty child. But I kind of get that if somebody hurts you, even if it's very mildly rude, you can take that as an act of war and will imagine the worst possible things without realizing, wow, that's kind of messed up. That spoke to me. I do think nowadays, I don't think that show would have been made nowadays, at least not for kids. Granted, we had Invader Zim, but that particular show, Angela Anaconda, I think I could see South Park doing something like that. But there was something about that world that felt like you're telling a story about someone that really annoys you so that you make everyone else sound really annoying. Most of the voice acting is like that. I don't know if I could watch it nowadays, but I do remember finding it genuinely funny. It's also interesting that I think if that were made nowadays, most people would probably assume that Angela has some kind of crush on this classmate. Me personally, I don't think so. People would assume that, but I could easily see it more as this was a jealousy thing. This was somebody trying to survive in a very, very unfair world and trying to take some power back for herself. At least that's what I got out of it. Most people thought, okay, this is messed up. I can easily see someone making a creepypasta about this show. Several creepypastas. I could see people making memes about how Angela's secretly a psycho killer. But I think she's just more a very angsty person in an unfair world, resents this person who unfortunately has a lot of money, a lot of say, probably get some unfair praise. Maybe if we were making a show about what that point of view, a more neutral point of view, it's clearly a biased point of view, but what would it really be if it was a much more neutral point of view? That'd be so interesting. What shows did you like that most people don't remember or most people hate? Because like I said, I get why people hate that show. I don't think I could watch it nowadays. I'm a little afraid to try and watch it again. I might do another video if I do. That would be fascinating. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know. We'll see.